Welcome to my YouTube channel, Iulia Regressive Hypnosis. Hello, Cristina.
Hello, Iulia.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Ready for another investigation? This investigation, I can say it's kind of an urgent investigation between others that we have to do. And Cristina doesn't know the subject, of course. If somebody wants to have a private session with me, can contact me the information in the description of this video. Now, Cristina, we can start to 3 breaths together to sync each other. 0. You will disconnect from all the information from the collective consciousness. You will disconnect from all the information you perceived until now or you access it. I'll count from 1 to 3. On my third, you will connect with all the information regarding the date of June 12, 2025, where Air India Boeing Flight 171 is taking off from Ahmedabad, India. And tell me what you perceive on the physical level. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. On a physical level, I see a crash.
Okay. Observe what happens from the time it's taking off until it's crashing.
Oh, I see the plane going up and then down. It was a malfunction.
Okay. Do you perceive the malfunction?
Something about a command not being fulfilled. It didn't go as planned. One, because of the system, and second, because of the pilot.
How many pilots there were on the plane?
I see one who commanded, and I see another person.
Co-pilot?
Not co-pilot, yes, but it's not in his place. I see it in the cabin, but not in his place.
Was he in outside of his seat, can say, or?
Yes, I see a third person like in the back of them.
Okay.
So his attention was there.
Okay.
I see the first pilot commanding the plane, checking all the buttons, but they were discussing something. You know, when I see here that it is needed the attention of two people, two persons to pilot. It's like one giving the command and the second one checking it and doing his part. So I see the attention of the co-pilot somewhere else.
What do you perceive that his command is supposed to be, can say?
To be in sync with the pilot, like the command to check And when when the pilot is giving the command, the co-pilot must do his part. So he did his part, but he didn't check if it's true the the first command.
Mm-hmm. Do you perceive that this was kind of a human error or mistake?
Yes, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a mistake made by a human. Like he didn't check the numbers. So the system, the plane, did his part
Mm-hmm.
because the system is programmed to make some decisions based
Mm-hmm.
on the calculus of
Mm-hmm.
algorithm.
Okay.
So um, that made the the choice harder somehow
Mm-hmm. So,
because
mhm,
the system is in command, not the pilot
I see.
in that moment.
And so if the system took command, can say, uh, couldn't let's say uh, get the plane in the position supposed to?
Yes,
It couldn't.
he couldn't. No, because the pilot in that moment has to um, think fast, but the system doesn't think fast. It's
Mm-hmm.
programmed in a way, so
Okay.
it's um, inevitable to.
Okay. Okay. So let's go to the crash and the physical and tell me what you perceive.
Okay, so no, what I perceive is like a plane going down. My vision is from inside then outside.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Inside the plane?
yes, it's moving my perception from the cabin to
Mm-hmm.
outside the plane, and I'm now when the plane is going down, I am outside and I'm looking down at the
Okay.
plane.
And what is
Uh, it's
happening? Mm-hmm.
it's crashing. What details can I look?
Mm-hmm. Uh, just like the picture you see, like, just explain the scene when it's crashing.
Um, I see. Yes, I see an explosion. I see the impact with
Mm-hmm.
the surface of Earth.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's
Now,
a hard. It's it's a hard impact.
mhm, okay. Now I will count from 1 to 3 and let's observe what happens in the metaphysical level from the time the plane took off and it crashed. Okay.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3.
So, okay. Mm, okay. It's giving me an example when a pilot has to choose the route or to make the destination a plan
Mm-hmm.
to fly. In that moment, in a metaphysical plane,
Mm-hmm.
it will have different um, impediments in how can I say it? Things to he will how do you say it?
Will be like, let's say, interrupted or something from his thoughts or something like that. Yeah, I know what you mean,
Um,
impediment. I don't know if it's in English.
yes, um, yes, like on that way, on that route, on that
Mm-hmm.
route, he will have different energies. Yes, it's more correctly described like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like um, a parallel route with
Okay.
a parallel reality,
Mm-hmm.
because in air it's a little bit more easier to connect with different planes because you don't have the same visual things programmed in the matrix. It's only clouds. And things can happen. Things can happen like different entities can intervene, yes, with the interfere, yes, interfere with the plane, with people.
What happened on this, let's say, reality, right? Because can be different parallel realities. What happened in
Yes.
this reality? That
This reality was more energy potent. It was a root, electric, electricite, electric,
yeah,
with more energy.
okay.
Yes, it was a lot of energy condensed in that moment on that route because yes, it is connected with other plane crashes from the past.
So you're saying that that route is very potent, let's say, this kind of way opening to those entities, no?
Yes, it's like when all of the factors are put in the position for a reality to manifest. Yes, because it took a lot of effort in the past, a lot of energy to put this information in the collective mind, and the collective mind to process it and to put it in a reality, to transform it. So now it was the perfect soup for this event to happen.
Do you perceive is this route or different routes? Different routes, different routes that are kind of an opening to this, let's say, these accidents.
No, there were three more, but were not so hard, not so severe. And the other three routes, a lot of people could have survived. In this one,
why this was so deadly, I can say.
yes, it was
Why?
the why? Because it was the most potent line route.
What gave that power to be more potent? What were the, let's say, the conditions or the instruments or that
Yes.
favored that?
So that energy that people had and manifested all around the globe, uh, it was a key moment here to happen because it was condensed and captured like a vortex. It was an instrument of entities who made it possible. It was like the instrument, and from that instrument, a vortex is being made, and that vortex pulled the plane. It was all that energy condensed in that moment.
What information this energy has, this condensed energy? This is in the collective consciousness, you're saying, right? You just observe it from the outside.
Yes. It was all that happening. What if it will happen to me? Or no, it's not possible. It's it's not a negative energy in a way, a predominant way. It's not a negative like terror or a fear. No, but it is a lot of presence, a lot of pure energy, thoughts. Yes, every thought, like when you imagine, when you are imagining a thing happened, it's becoming the reality. So a lot of people imagined that happening to them.
So you can say that more people on that plane imagine that happened, or just They connected to that energy.
They were connected to that energy especially.
Okay. You said that there were like few crashes on that route. Can you tell me like maybe the year or some information about those crashes? Time?
No, it was this plane
Mm-hmm.
that had 3 more routes, and it was about 3 days after this accident. It was a 3 days period period frame of possibilities.
Okay. Oh, why 3 days? What?
Because in other two, the fly was cancelled or
Mm-hmm.
delayed, so it was different reality, different factors
Mm-hmm.
that made the accident possible.
Mm-hmm.
So small pinpoints.
Mm-hmm. Can you perceive like a main like or something very major reason that this happened like so I say how it happened like cannot say spectacular. It happened like mm, so deadly
Well, it was needed. Um,
for.
Even this
Mm-hmm.
person who survived, it was calculated to be alive,
Mm-hmm.
to tell a story.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that scam.
Yes, so it
Um,
was planned to be so deadly. It was planned um, because I don't see the plane, the people actually dying. I see it that all the people were taken and put it in another reality, in another universe.
mm.
They were
Okay, so
transported.
really? Okay, so can you tell me what really kind of happened in the metaphysical, yes,
Okay, so
during the crash? Mm-hmm.
I don't see the people here who died actually being the person who were in the first place. I see it as carcass, as empty avatars.
Mm. So do you perceive that those people, let's say, who died, they were having subliminal parts, or they were?
Yes, they were people and had the subliminal parts, but they were needed. They were collected more from for entities. They were taken out,
So you said
replaced.
uh, they didn't really die. Mm, What happened? What happened during this crash?
It was replaced. I see them being taken in somewhere on another ship.
Okay. And what they are doing there?
They are doing some kind of an experiments on them,
What kind of experiments?
and they're being taken on another planet. I see the entities having different places, different planets.
Mm-hmm.
So on this planet, because soon it will be very hard for them to maintain the metrics. I see them building on another planets different system on other metrics. So they are like taking the subliminal parts that they
Mm-hmm.
can take and putting them there.
Mm-hmm. What allows them to take those subliminal parts there?
The contracts and the fact that they are sleeping, they don't have the necessary knowledge to take actions for them.
Mm-hmm. Do you perceive that all of them had the contracts and they were like asleep?
Some of them, no. Some of them had the concept that it's something else, something that they cannot perceive.
And do you perceive that everybody's kind of imprisoned? No?
Yes.
How they will be able to unprison themselves?
Well, if I go in the future, in their future, after a few hundred lives on that planet, on that place, it's more like a desert place. It's a different planet and it's desert based.
Deserted. Do you perceive that if they have the information that they can have their will to free themselves, they can do that?
Yes, yes. Because it's an experience they will experience there and they will awaken. They will as well there follow some rules like they will start living there and start asking questions about what is beyond and what is reality.
Okay, disconnect from there. You said that this was specially one survivor, was specially kind of left.
Yes.
Why?
Because they need it for like a seed for another crash.
What do you mean
People
seed?
can connect more. It's a seed.
A seed or
People
a seed?
seed like
Seed, okay.
when you plant it in
Yes,
somebody
yes.
else. People can connect more with one survivor. It gives them a lot of scenarios in their minds, like what if they were the survivor? What if a member of their family survived? That lucky person, that different, and a lot of energy being condensed and pulled to that person. So it's making him like an antenna of transmitter and receiver.
This survivor, they say that wasn't this 11A seat. Does it have anything to do with this? The seat, the number? What do you perceive?
Yes, yes, it was the most favorable place to be to survive.
But let's say the seat to one side and the other side maybe isn't the same thing, kind of the exit.
On an energetic or a physical.
And the physical, yeah. Let's observe on the physical how he escaped. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. I don't know if I can explain the reason, but what I'm seeing, it's like his place was the most safe point for that matter that happened. All that, that the factors, the explosion, the system going and going crazy, the people around him also was a factor who screamed, who kicked, who panicked. So that place, it's like the most safe place to be. And in on all with all that factors in mind in calcul, uh, made it possible. Because if one point was not the same, it could have been another seed or none.
Still, when the plane crashed, you just went into flame. How is possible that one person to jump from let's say a burning blaze?
It was an exit, yes. And it was like all around him,
Mm.
all in chaos. And on his part, it was possible because it was the mind, the action, the possibility, the exit was there. So, but it's not giving me like the image with the door opening. Oh no, I see it more like energy entangled with the factors and creating in front of me the reality. In this way I see.
Is it you can say that you cannot see in the physical what happened is like it's a blockage or something?
No, it's not a blockage, it's open. Or not an opening.
Are you able to perceive like in the physical exactly that moment when kind of he escaped?
I see like this. If I put my attention on the people, I see them and things around them. My picture here, it's not all
You
360.
you can
Yes,
observe
it's
from the above, can say? Can you observe from the above? Me to help?
yes, sure. Count, please.
I will count 1, 2, 3, and you observe from the above exactly how he escaped. 1, 2, 3.
An opening. Yes, it was an opening, and it was the the um, the flames and the fire was in the cabin, I see, and in the back in the system all under him, but on his way it was an opening.
Okay. Okay, disconnect from there. So the plane crashed into the a hostel, a medical hostel. Does it have anything to do? Is it connect? Can say, may say in the metaphysical.
If it is a reason.
Yeah, or it just happened randomly. You can say.
No, randomly. Or it was only one area calculated mm, to be the crash. It didn't matter. It was an area of 3 kilometers.
Also, 3 kilometers was calculated.
Yes,
By whom?
as from the entities.
Who are the entities that are involved in this calculation?
I hear the grays, the tall whites, but they have a partnership with the reptilians. Their base is more. It's made from other entities that are predominant in America. Here are more grays and tall whites and insectoids, but here these two.
Why these are predominant? Let's say this is in India, yeah? Why they are more predominant, these ones here?
Because the region on the planet, it is being, it was divided between them. It was like you have this territory and I have this territory. And there are multiple places on Earth that are divided like this.
And the USA who own, who are the
USA.
owners? Hmm?
The reptilians and Draco reptilians. Predominant 70% reptilians.
Why are they there more congregated, can say, on the USA except other parts of the planet? Yeah.
Okay. Because it was I see some war happened before in the past, so they conquered the territory. The territory was
Have
the
a
new
war
earth.
between them, kind of.
It was the Mayans before, so they and it was the winged snake was in charge of that place. So, but the snake, it's still the reptilians. It was the old reptilians who was on that planet. Multiple war fights took place there. But when the America was made, that was the moment when the reptilians took charge.
Okay. Disconnect from there. Um, is it let's say a reason for this certain plane, Boeing, it's 787 Dreamliner, to crash, or was just picked randomly?
No, it was special chosen.
Why?
I see that if you have Boeing, you have a different system in inside that it is installed. So this plane was the most perfect one for all that possibility to happen. You know, like they choose the lottery. When you win the lottery, it's a multiple factors. Um, and here in this case, it's the same. This accident was possible because it was this plane, it had these people on it, it was this route.
You can say that these people kind of they chose to die together.
Predominant, yes, they had in their contract an accident and something major happened to happen. It was, yes, it was an agreement um, from before.
So let's say there were 169 Indians nationals. There were 53 British nationals, 7 Portuguese nationals, and 1 Canadian. Does this, let's say, combination has anything in particular, or is just the contracts they were like similar, can say?
Okay, so it's giving me a karma. They all had a karma before on another ship in the ocean. So there, 23 survived, but most of them died. So they had karma together, yes, and they were intertwined in a way. So yes, they have this in common, and yes, they have another thing in common: the colonies. When you said this combination, like the Indians, the uh,
British,
British, yes, the Portuguese, they all
Portuguese.
had this in common, that time and that colony, they were the same nationality. They were most of them brothers and sisters. They were all connected on that period of time.
So you said that they kind of maybe died together on a ship in the past, can say?
Yes.
Do you perceive a year when they died?
Yes, 1733.
Mm-hmm. Do you perceive a name of the ship?
Santa Maria and Santa Lucia.
Mm-hmm. What happened to the ships?
Okay, so they crashed. They crashed in between them. So now I see two of them.
So two ships they crashed. They didn't. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and they sank.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And a lot of slaves were on that ship
Mm-hmm.
on Santa Lucia.
Mm-hmm. Who who like what? mm, Who was owning the slaves? You can say on the ship.
Okay, the Portuguese.
Mm-hmm. Okay, disconnect from there, Christina. And I have like one last question. This survivor, was he like specially chosen, or what has why couldn't be, let's say, other one to survive from all these people?
It had a better frequency, not a better, a higher frequency that he maintained on that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I see him different, not panicking in that way, like where when you panic, you destroy your bubble, you bring every
Mm-hmm.
frequency, but you are not collected.
So
I
he
see
kept.
his
Mm-hmm.
bubble um, intact.
Mm-hmm. So he
So he
kept
created.
his cool, you can say, his calm.
Yes. No, he was, like mm, he was still afraid, but he didn't mm, put his energy
Mm-hmm.
outside. His energy was inside. He inside his bubble, and that thing made it possible for him to create his reality to survive. When you have
Mm-hmm.
your energy in your bubble and you maintain it, it's concentrated, then you create your own reality.
Mm-hmm. And you can say that that energy bubble kind of saved them.
Yes, but it was a choice before. It was in his contract as well to survive because his role is a different role. Um, and of course, this was orchestrated from before, like for him to have a contract to survive, for him to maintain his cold, to maintain his energy, and to survive.
Mhm. And what is his role now that he's a survivor?
Well, in his contract was it is written for him to be part of a miracle,
Mm-hmm.
but the actual role is from the bigger picture, from this uh, plan, is to collect a lot of energy, not him, especially like the entities, to collect a lot of energy
Through
for
him. Mm-hmm.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
to put in application a different plan, a different crash. And here it's now giving me Japan, the most potent one.
Mm-hmm. Uh, do you perceive a date?
23 August.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you perceive anything else? What they are planning
Um,
in this
Air,
crash? Mm-hmm.
where, or what plane?
Uh, Plane, yeah. Name.
A330, not Boeing, the other company.
A3.
Mhm.
Which one? Mm,
In this world are two companies who
Boeing.
produce,
Oh,
yes, not the Boeing, the other one, something with A.
A.
And I see in
Air
Australia.
Alliance or Air in Australia.
Yes, in Australia, in Sydney, it's a possibility from New Zealand.
Mhm. Why
In
those?
Tokyo, in Japan, you said, because you asked.
Why those? Why there?
Oh, because in Japan, because in Australia, because it is a lot of traffic, air traffic, and it's the best cocktail of things to happen because they are maintaining an energy of not happening, of like they are preventing, and when you prevent, you put a lot of energy if can happen.
Okay.
So
You say they're preventing. How they are preventing not to happen? What they are doing specially?
the system, they are monitoring the system very closely. The air is being controlled, like they're observing, and if they are working very hard, they can create a lot of stress, and that can lead to a lot of accident. The air traffic, the company who is monitoring the space, they are very on some in spring and autumn for Japan, it's very populated. It's very it's a lot of traffic there
Okay.
because a lot of tourists are coming and visiting the place.
Okay.
So
They are very active.
yes,
What can be done to prevent this?
not giving them the energy. Every person can choose and make yes, can choose not to give the energy, like any energy, like in
Attention.
da, yes,
Attention and intention.
yes, attention and intention. It's like doesn't exist in difference. That is the right frequency indifference.
Okay.
But you cannot be indifferent, when you see a lot of people suffering and a lot of people dying, you cannot be indifferent in a way. So it's a sensitive matter.
Yes. And how can you cope with that when you see all these disasters and
You can cope and be and act as an observer, but in that moment you will be judged by other people that you are not sensitive enough, you are not human enough. But you can stay in your energy strong and as an observer.
is that will be like when you're an observer will be more help for them?
Yes, of course, because when you are putting one energy, you are creating the reality with that energy. And if you don't, you only observe, you don't create that reality. And of course, you will help because you'll not create a bad reality. But they don't see it in that way. They see it as a lack of empathy.
Okay. Okay. Now before we close our session, I want to create like bubbles of information from this session and send it to those subliminal parts that they were in the crash
Yes.
at my third, and they choose what they want to do. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So I give them the bubble, and some of them choose not to to go in that plane on that plane. Some of them, some subliminal parts, they didn't go on that plane, and some of them on that moment of crashing, they went out. But there are 17 who choose to stay.
Is their choice.
Yes.
So because they weren't on that plane, or what do you perceive that will happen to them or happens?
Some of them will reincarnate here, most of them actually. And some of them, they will not continue to be in contact with those entities. Some of them will be free and will experience life,
Okay,
their life.
That's the least we can do. Okay, very well, Cristina. Disconnect from everything and everyone. Disconnect from all the information in this session. I will count from 1 to 3 and you're gonna come back at the present. I'm talking now. 1, you feel your body lighter and lighter. You can move your hands, you can move your feet. 2, you raise your frequencies to your ideal and optimal value. You close any portal that you open. You feel energetic, happy, free. You wanna dance, you wanna sing, you wanna do everything you want to do. 3, you are in the present. I'm talking now. You can open your eyes when you're ready. How are you? Welcome. So you didn't know the subject of this investigation, yeah? But you heard the news. You heard the news, yes?
No, actually, I didn't watch the news. I only heard a colleague of mine, oh, a plane crashed in India.
Okay.
And that was all the information.
That's it?
Yes, I
Okay.
didn't watch because I don't have a cable. I don't have.
So did you know that you like were survivors or?
I knew it was one survivor, but you disconnected me from the conscious, you at the
Collective
beginning,
consciousness?
yes, and that information stayed as truth. That information was from above.
Okay. Very well. I'm asking you these questions because everything can be contaminated, the information. We just have to discern what we want to take from the information and to not to give power into something we don't want to manifest or happen. Yes. Thank you, Cristina, for participating in this investigation. We'll see you next time with another investigation, one more happier one. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bine ați venit la canalul meu de YouTube, Iulia Agresiv Hypnosis. Vreau să fac o mică paranteză când menționez că informația este contaminată sau parazitată. Deja când zicem contaminat, deja este limitat cuvântul. Când suportul telepat obține informația, poate să o ia din conștiința colectivă, care poate și ea să fie parazitată, sau o ia prin filtrele care le are, filtrele personale, convingerile și credințele. Când zic că informația este nulă, este activă numai dacă o punem în aplicare. Noi trebuie să știm că suntem puterea noastră și în spațiul nostru energetic nu poate intra nimeni fără voia noastră. Energie, informație, entitate, chiar și persoană fizică. Vă mulțumesc și ne vedem data viitoare. La revedere!